What up, though? And welcome to Free for All Friday right here on Detroit Lions on the Pride, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. You know how the song goes. It's Friday, then hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. Well, it is Free for All Friday. Let me bring in the panel. First of all, we got my man. He came in a little early today, man. It must be a special occasion. My man, Luke G of Luke G's Field Review. What's going on, my dude?
Hey, salute, family. What's going on, man? Hey, hope y'all ready, Pride Nation. We got a good one coming.
Yeah, man, we got some tough questions today to answer. All right, y'all know him, man. He is the maniac on our panel, the co-creator of Lions on the Prowl. Maniac Tim, what's going on, my guy?
Okay, that was kind of weak compared to last week, but
yeah.
Okay, I'm doing all right. But
all right, yeah,
I'm getting over this Lions loss. I mean, that was stupid.
Okay, definitely. We got some tough questions to answer about that. Okay, of course, y'all know who it is, man. He is right outside Ford Field, as his background says it, man. It is our LNU mate, my man, Micro Mike of Micro Mike. Lion Talk with Micro Mike over there at Chat Sports. What's going on, my guy?
Hey, man, linebackers don't matter. Living the dream, drinking some juice.
Yeah,
Mike, it's too early. Don't start, Mike.
Here we go. And last but certainly not least, it is the queen of the proud, Miss Valerie Bordeaux. Good morning, queen.
Good morning. Of course, you saved the best for last. But anyway, we are about to set this thing off the rails already today. I can tell this already.
Yeah, man. We got, if you looked at the read ahead questions, we're about to cut up the day, boy. Let's get into the chat before we get into the questions to say good morning. First of all, we got my man, Dan Spanos, TITIF, Detroit Lions on the Proud. Go Lions, my man. Y'all know as well. It's the jazzy one from San Jose, California. Is on board this morning. Paul Jarose, what's going on? How is it going, my man? 82 Rio, what up, though, Proud Nation? How you doing, my man? Hey, Grand Zero 12, you know what it is. He's playing the Reveille song, Wake Up with Top Steele and Detroit Lions on the Proud Company. Good morning from the West Coast. Defend the den. Go Detroit Lions. Amen. Cue the growling sound. Man, Maniac Tim already knocked that out for us.
No, Granddaddy wants me to give a growl, so rower.
No. Oh, come on. You can do better than
okay, all right. So we got my man Dale in the building. Good morning, Dale. How's it going? All right, big fella. My man LM says Micro Mike is in the hizzy. You know what I'm saying? In his house. All right, Freddie Viz says I had to drop in and say what up. Let me go back to the kids before something happens. Hey, man. Yeah, man, them kids, they get you, man. They get out of control real fast. You know what I'm saying? You know how dad watch kids. We listen for stuff. That's how we
listen. You should see my heartbeat when they get too damn quiet. When I'm doing a stream and they get too quiet, I be like, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Hey, everybody, wait.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
That's how we do it. That's our dads. That's how we watch kids. We listen. All right, let's get to the questions for the day, man. Ooh, we got some tough questions today. First off, have you lost faith in the team after last week's loss? Why or why not? I'm going to go to Micro Mike first on this one because I know we've hearing this. You've been all over the airways. You've been hearing what people are saying. What do you think? Have you lost faith in the team after last week's tough loss in Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm completely off the. No, I have not lost faith in this team as of yet. Look, it's the third week of the season. Yes, we lost a heartbreaker, but at the end of the day, there's more games to go. This is year 2 of Dan Campbell. To lose faith right now seems crazy. We gave Matt Patricia 3 years, and come on, man. I'm not ready to cut everyone down and say this is over. Let's start over again. That ain't me. Yeah, it was disappointing, but it's just one loss. We got to move forward.
Yeah, I'm hearing that all over the place. A whole bunch of same old Lion stuff. I see it all over Twitter feed. I see it all over Facebook. It's like, come on, man. But I think it's when you get indoctrinated into something, man. You get that. You're just so used to it. So anything that looks familiar, you think it's the same thing. What you got, Luke G?
I mean, I ain't lost faith, but I certainly have gained a greater need for observation and questions to be asked. Okay. But to me, to lose faith, I think is disingenuous as a Lion fan. Like, I understand, like, you have up and down history, you have certain things. I get all that, but it's 3 games in. They still got games that are early on that you can win early. Would I prefer us to be 3-0 heading into those games? Sure, but we're 1-2, and it's very easy for me to identify why we are in that position. So no, I'm not losing faith. I think we need to really address, that one side of that ball still, even though we had 2 drafts and claim we fixed it. Losing faith don't make sense. And Mike, we didn't give Matt Patricia 3 years. I gave him 1. I wanted it at fired to the first one. Y'all were
him none, bro. I didn't like this dude from the moment we saw this. You already know that, man.
I didn't like it before we signed him. So.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I asked the question when we signed. I was like, yeah, but what coach from New England did good? People, I'm telling you, man, he's a defensive genius. Yeah, he definitely know how to get them people up out of here, don't he?
Yeah, defensive genius. Cutting people that need to be. And never mind. All right, what you got, Val? Have you lost faith in the team after last week's loss? Now, this is our resident Bears fans, but she got a little Lions fandom in there. You know what I'm saying? A little bit in our heart. So, what do you think about this question?
Well, if any of us here have lost faith in the Lions, what the hell are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if any of us lost faith, we wouldn't be here still talking about them. So no.
I mean, you get people who are gonna talk about them because you have the creators out there that's the SOL creators. You got people that's middle of the road, that's objective, and you have people that's going to be those SOL creators, and all their content is about how bad the Lions are.
No, my concerns from the beginning are still there. They still haven't, they still have not been addressed. They still have not been fixed. But have I lost faith? Is believing in something that you cannot see yet. So obviously, we still have faith that they're going to get it right.
Right.
Eventually.
Okay, I feel you. All right, Maniac Tim. I know you took that loss hard because you had the Maniac growl last week. So, all right, let me know, man. What are your thoughts on the team after last week's loss?
Well, one thing Dan Campbell showed me what brings out the Maniac in me was that some of the decisions he made, which have I lost faith? No, he is only a second-year head coach, although he did lose to a first-year head coach. But no, I haven't lost faith, but I just don't want to see him get lionized. I mean, Val knows what that is because Jim used to talk about that all the time, where these coaches, they're great coaches at one point, but then in being with the Lions, they wonder what the hell is going on because everything just they make decisions, like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't lost faith in them. And we did only give Matt Patricia 2.5 years, really, because we were ready for him to get out of here, get fired after that second year. But no, I think that Dan's still the right coach. But if he keeps making mistakes like that, then I will.
Okay.
He just opened the door. Basically, he opened the door. But and of course they do need to build better on defense. So if they think they got this team, the team that they want, they do need to build better in defense.
Okay. All right. I feel what you're saying. All right, Val, what we got in the chat today?
Listen, I know Dale says, I have not lost faith in our team. Does, however, point out that we have a ways to go yet.
Yeah. I feel that. Michael
Lide, welcome to Proud Nation. Seahawks about to regret entering the building.
You know what though? I saw a tweet from a Seahawks fan today, and he was like, "I know everyone's down on us," and he showed the pick on there's NFL.com. Everybody picked the Lions. We should just they're the Lions. We should beat the Lions. Everybody's saying the same thing about y'all. Y'all the Seahawks. We should beat the Seahawks. Everyone is saying that. I mean, you look at that roster, man. We got our problem. That is a horrible roster.
Yeah, man.
That is a total crap show.
Yeah, but we didn't do. They don't have the same roster, but we did not do well against the Seahawks last year. Remember that?
It is a whole different team.
This is I know
team.
I know it's a whole different team.
I saw a stat earlier, and I don't know how correct it is, but out of the last 16 games, the Lions have only defeated the Seahawks 5 times.
Yeah, but see the thing that I am always worried about is them underestimating their opponent. Because, we've seen this with the Lions all the time where they'll go ahead and they'll play great against a good team, and then a sorry team comes along, and then they'll play and underperform.
Now that takes us into our next question right quick, because this kind of segues right into the next question. Tell me if you think if this is a must-win game versus the Seahawks. That segues right into that. What you got, Maniac Tim? Is this a must-win game for the Lions?
As far as in belief in themselves, hell yeah, it is. Because they got to just, they're at the point where you got to turn the L's into W's. And if they're going to prove it, then they got to start proving out. Now, is their season totally over? If they don't win, I don't think it's totally over, but I mean, it is important for the morale of the team, especially to answer after a loss that you had where you should have won last week.
Okay, I feel you. What you got, Val?
I'm on the Maniac train here as well. As far as the morale is concerned for the team, yeah, I believe this is a must win. I mean, you got to pull your head out of your ass at some point,
right?
And so if you want to promote all of this hype with Hard Knocks, your product needs to match that hype on the field. So yes, this is a much needed win game as far as that's concerned. Now, is it SOL if they don't? No, but you have got to, if you're gonna talk the talk, walk the walk.
Right. I feel you. I understand you on that. For me, I think it's a must-win game. I think for me, and not only for the morale of the team, for the morale of the fan base. This is a morale of the fan base as well. Because you look at, and that's why I asked the first question the way I asked it, because a lot of the fan base has lost morale. That was a tough loss, especially being up 24-14 in the fourth quarter and you lose that game. That was a tough loss for the fan base, not just the players, but the fan base and the Lions Nation as a whole. It was a tough loss. So I think it is just to kind of pile on to what you guys saying for the morale of the team, but not just the team, but the fan base. What you got, Micro Mike?
Hell yeah, it's a must-win game. This team is not a good team. Right now, the offense ranks 28. The defense for Seattle ranks 25. They're 31st against the run. We're third running the football. The Detroit Lions can pass the football. This is the third home game. Third one. And if you can't win against a team that is worse than the Detroit Lions already in 3 home games, you're in a world of hurt for this season. It's a must-win game for me, too. I'm not ready to talk about draft just yet. We lose this game, week 4, let the draft begin. And I'm tired of talking about the draft this early. You want to change the culture? Win an effing football game. God dang, man.
Let's not bring up the draft this early. You realize how burnt out we are by the time the draft gets here?
It's not even
the net result of being a Lions fan. You got to win football games, man.
It's not even October yet. October's tomorrow, man. Let's get through the
1-3. Then you're going to New England. You come back to the Dallas Cowboys. You got to face the Miami Dolphins, the Packers twice, the Vikings again, Bills. Come on, man.
Yeah,
they got to win this game.
We got to get this one. All right, what you got, Luke G?
I think every game that they play is a must-win game. Like, to me, there's no such thing. This is a must-win. Every game is a must-win because you're trying to change history. You're trying to change so many things. Is there a heightened level of importance to this game? There is, because Mike pointed out this is your 3rd home game. So that means after this game, you got 9. I mean, you got 6 more. And those 6 that you have are not necessarily going to be games that are going to be, like, super strong. Those are going to be games against teams like the Bills, teams that you are going to be more harder on your schedule. Now, granted, you're going to come into the season looking at it like, oh, this should be a easy win, or it should at least be a win for the most part. But I'm not so sure that this is just going to be one of those wins that we should be looking at. I think Tim touched on it a little bit, how they play down and up to certain teams. And I'm telling you, this team has a lot of the problems that the Lions defense has shown that they can't stop. A mobile quarterback who can get the hell on if he needed to, a receiver who just got disrespectful with one of the defensive players in a way. And you're talking about a rushing attack that actually can work with Kenneth Walker and Rashawn Penny. So, must win, all of them are. the level of importance to this game is so much greater because to me, that puts you at 500. That's one. And then you get a chance to put yourself above 500 against the Patriots. You get a bye week to get healed up. And then you come back against Dallas, who quarterback and Cooper Rush looks like he can't miss right now. So, yeah, you don't get too many more fairly easy games coming up like I thought it would be. The Giants seem to have some kind of semblance of a rushing attack. So, yeah, we got work to do. And if you're going to do it, it got to start here.
Okay, I feel you. Now, I got to caveat this because anybody knows Luke G, they know that his other team resides out there in the Emerald City. So, he's in that. He's in that.
I'm being fair.
He is being fair. His other team resides in the Emerald City. Yeah, you look at this. I believe everyone is kind of, we have we agree on points. We agree what it is from different points of view, but all of us agree that this is a game that they should be winning. And I'm not even saying handily that you should win this game because it's one of those games on your schedule. Like this is the team we should be beating. Just like when we played the Commanders, this is the team we're not favored in a lot of games, and this was one of the four we were favored in was against the Seattle Seahawks. So we're up by the last time I checked, we were 4-point favorites. I think that was on ESPN. You look at that. Yeah, I mean, if we started off at 6.5, and now we're already down to 4. It may be one of those things like we did with the Commanders. By the time kickoff came, hell, we were under. I mean, we were. I mean, we're still right now 4-point favorites coming into the game, plus 194, 158 for the money line for the Seahawks. That means if you bet $100, you'll get 158 back. We're 190 is if you bet. If you bet $100, you'll get like $19 or something like that if you bet on the Lions as the favorite. So, hey, we're pretty solid favorites in this game. We'll address how we should attack that to get the win here in a minute. But let's get into the chat again, Miss Bordeaux, to see what they have to say about this game.
It says Q says if he is well enough to play, that will help the secondary. Okay. I don't know how much will help the secondary because the secondary are blind ballerinas in the backfield, just bouncing over each other. But that's the issue too. We were talking about this before the show started with the replacement for Tracy Walker. What are we doing? Because there was what was you were saying, Luke, about the Unquestionable podcast where they were saying.
Yes, shout out to the Questionable podcast. They brought the question up on how should they address the safety spot that's been vacant by Tracy Walker, and they said we should go and get a free agent. And my response to them was, if you're getting a free agent, then Brad Holmes has failed because you drafted Iffy, you drafted Kirby Joseph, and you got waiver wires, Juju off waiver wires. And if the answer is not already on this team, then we got a problem. And for me personally, this is gonna be Iffy's first year playing safety in the pros. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know how much more you can expect out of Iffy at that point, in a complete position switch. But
yeah, in one game, and he's been injured. So on top of that, and that's the point. It's like, what are you doing? What are y'all doing it? And then he asked, who did we bring up from the reserve team? Do you know that, Curt?
We brought up Anthony Pittman from the reserve team. Yeah, and the reason being was that one of the reasons is because of the fact that they had elevated him all the first 3 games of the season. They had to sign him or either let him go. I mean, because they couldn't elevate him again for the rest of the season. You only get elevated practice squad player for three times, and you have to sign him to an active roster, or you can't bring him up to the active roster for the rest of the season. So I just think that was a kind of a thing where it was kind of seamless move. We've already had you elevated to the active roster for these 3 games. People, why wasn't it Dan Skipper? Dan Skipper is not going to be on the active roster. He's a practice squad guy. That's just who he is. I understand he's doing cleanup right now, but Jonah Jackson probably be back after the bye. So yeah, it's not. And then you can plug in Brown and Stenberg. I just think that right now, it wasn't going to be Dan Skipper. I know his story is touching to the whole planet, but yeah, it wasn't going to be that cat.
Yeah. And speaking of secondary, let's talk about Kirby Joseph for a second. Luke, share your thoughts on this one.
Lord, you know what, Val, and these Illini players, she has a.
Listen, I questioned him the same way I questioned Will Harris, and I went, okay. I'm like, he had one good year of production and a 5-year career in college of football. Like,
playing for the Illini, which is one of the worst college teams in that.
She should know because she's a fan.
I remember people giving that draft pick a B grade. I swear to God, I remember people. I was keeping track of it. I keep little mental notes, and I remember keeping track of how many people gave the Kirby Joseph a B grade, and I was like, he's Tracy Walker. And he's not, man. I'm like, no, he's a ball.
Tracy Walker level. Tracy Walker's mediocre, and he ain't even mediocre. I'm average either.
Well, he's better than all the safety on the Bears. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see we'll see with Brisker. Once he has some stats going.
Yeah, Brisker been balling.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I mean, before his Achilles, Tracy Walker was balling this season. Tracy Walker, you can't say he wasn't because he was.
No. I mean, he was balling, but I think he was balling because teams were able to get to that third level fairly quick. And that that's why we keep trying to tell people that linebackers matter.
Yes, that's very true. Linebackers matter.
Like they matter.
Of course, when you're made of glass and get injured all the time.
I mean,
you got problems with your defense when your safety start balling out because you do have a problem on the line. Okay, just saying.
Monroy is out too, by the way.
Yeah,
just checked.
Well, I figured as much.
Yes, all right.
Yeah, they shouldn't be playing. If you play this week, no way. They shouldn't be playing. Oh well, okay. Let's kind of get back into the questions because we kind of answered this.
Yeah, we kind of answered all the questions in the chat.
Yeah, in the chat. All right, let's get back into the questions. Let's hide that. Okay, let's. So you are now. I want to go to Luke G. Luke G had a bonus question that we talked about behind the scenes. Go ahead and ask that, man.
Yeah, so DK Metcalf. Now, anybody who know that I did a whole video that says Jeff Okudah's not worth a top 10 pick. That video is aging really well. But the reality is this. DK Metcalf, when asked about him being a shutdown corner, said, hey, he's a good player, but he's not a shutdown corner. I see a guy who gets a lot of safety help. And it's one of the things that even I noticed. The things I do give credit to Okudah about was his hands in this thing. But the question I had was DK Metcalf right? That Okudah is not a shutdown corner. And so that's my question. That's my question to the panel.
Yep. Amen. Hallelujah. Yes.
I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I think for a cornerback right now in the NFL, he's doing one of the best jobs right now. And in all honesty,
that's sad.
I mean, it's 100% true. If you're seeing what he's doing, he's physical at the line of scrimmage, staying with the receiver, knocking the balls down. Now, is he getting the turnovers like a Jalen Ramsey? No, but people are really starting to not even look his way at this point.
I mean, and I get what DK Metcalf. I mean, because you can look at the tape, there is no lie there. I mean, they are, but they're making a conscious effort. They see how Amani Warrior is playing. Okay. You're playing like trash. Okudah, you take the number one guy. We'll give you some help over the top just to make sure everything's good to go. We'll make but the problem is that Amani Warrior getting his ass whooped.
That's exactly
I know.
Yeah. So I mean, but you look at that, but Jeff Okudah's having a good season, but they're putting him in a position to succeed. So there's no lie to what he said. He's a good player. He's shut down, no, because he does get help. I mean, but he is playing well. I mean, you can't discount what he's doing at the line of scrimmage just because he has, or why he's playing just because he has safety help over the top. You can't discount that.
I'm getting a lot of heat. I'm getting a lot of heat from fans who was like, "Yeah, you said he should go to safety," and I'm like, "He should go to safety." And they're like, "Oh, I'm telling you," I'm like, "Listen, you're missing the point." Mm-hmm. I'm like, he's doing these things because he knows he has over the top help. Whereas with Amani was left on the island after coming back from an injury. I digress. However, I just look at it and I'm like, I have people who are hitting me up to my he's so much better than Isaiah Simmons, and I'm like, why are we still doing this? I haven't even brought this guy up. And it's laughable.
And
Like
I
he
don't
has
understand
3 good games, and all of a sudden he's the legend. Like I just feel like
can't do that. I can't do that.
You just got to give credit where credit's due. There's 3 games. He's looking great right now. If he looks like crap in a game,
Yeah, but see, the thing
he looks
is,
like
Mike,
crap in a game. Just like Amani, he played pretty good the last couple of years, but this season he looks like trash. I'm gonna say he looks like trash.
Old cheese and hot garbage.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mike. Most Lions fans don't do anything of just giving credit. It's either SOL or Super Bowl win. They go from one extreme to the next. So, okay, there's a difference between Okudah playing well, and he's a shutdown corner, and he's the lead, and he's the man, and he's this, and
he's not.
You know, no.
Hey, right now he's playing. He's balling out. Now is he going to be like that the rest of the season? I don't know, but I'm going to give him credit right now.
He's playing.
I've given him credit for playing well, and him doing something that I criticize him on he's not a top 10 pick video, which is I'm like, listen, you're at the line of scrimmage, quit giving free releases.
Yeah,
well, he's only had 2 years to do something, so obviously he should be doing well by now.
But it's 3. It takes generally 3 years for a corner. Look at Darius Slay. He was ball cheeks in the first couple of years, and then year 3.
Yeah, but look at but we can go through a list of other cornerbacks that didn't take 3 years for them to get better.
Hey, learning the game is different for each person. We all have a different IQ.
You can go through a whole gang of guys that were Pro Bowlers or All Pro that took them 2 or 4 years to get there too. So
DeAndre Levy took a little bit.
It all depends. Right. It all depends. You
Micah Parsons, not so much. Right off rip.
You look at like a Stephon Gilmore. He wasn't an All Pro for his first couple of years in the season.
At the end of the day, he's playing good now. So I'm not going to give a crap what he did last year. Same with Amani. He's playing trash now. I'm not going to give a credit for what he did last year.
Nope, can't do it.
But do you feel that he's a shutdown corner though? That's the question.
Nah, he's not a shutdown corner. Not a shutdown corner.
Yeah, right now, he's only giving up 38 total yards.
Good. He's good.
I mean, if you look compared to the rest of the NFL, he's playing top 5.
I mean, the stats.
But do you believe he's a shutdown corner?
That's all I got to work with.
Yeah,
does he do that? Does he do that Sunday? Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Right, but we talking about shutdown corner. DK Metcalf said he's not a shutdown corner.
I don't care what a pink-haired dude that wears a short
The pink-haired dude.
Yeah, man, y'all are killing me with that, man. Hey, man, thank you for joining us right here on Free for All Friday on Detroit Lions on the Pride. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Hey, if you're going to get yourself some gear, man, some Lions gear, it's almost game day. Go on over to Fanatics.com. The link's in the description below. A portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on this channel. Check us out over there on Lions Nation Unite. My man, Micro Mike, is over there writing articles and doing his thing. You can watch all your favorite Detroit Lions content creators right there over there in LNU. Just download the app in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store, or just go on your browser and type in LionsNationUnite.com. Get yourself some game day gear over there at LNUshop.com as well, man. They got all kinds of stuff: beanies, hats, cups, mugs, everything you want, man. You can get it right there on LNUshop.com. Hang out with us on Detroit Lions on the Proud.com. Get yourself some Proud Nation gear over there at LionsOnTheProwdShop.com, man. Hopefully we should be getting our stuff into the LNU shop here in the near future. But with all that being said, man, let's kind of get back into some of the chat because I know they probably.
Oh my God,
I know they bugging out now.
This one up a little bit. Joseph Osteen says DK's head is as big as Barry Bonds.
Man, not the steroids.
Michael Light and Jeff about to leave DK sucking on that pacifier.
Oh yeah, he has the pacifier mouthpiece. He does do that.
Yeah, that dude's a weirdo, man.
Raw Detroit. Okudah Island is playing okay to come back from injury. He's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's doing pretty good.
Michael, my worry is giving up a couple big pass plays.
Monty Warrior, you better worry.
Because Tyler Lockett ain't no joke underneath.
Right.
He says he's playing his game right now. That's how he played in Ohio State. This is what we paid for. Well,
thank you. Yeah. No, we want him to play better than he played.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah, we want him to play better than he played better at Ohio State. But I got you.
Dale says, can't learn the game injured on the couch at home. Okuda is exceeding my expectations so far this year. Why not? We know how to play the game sitting in our couch at home. He should know how to do it. Okay.
Val, out of control.
Oh, Q again. Okuda stopped the 2 of the best receivers so far. If we can keep him under 3 catches, give him credit. We are giving him credit, but the fact is we're not giving him that much credit. Okay.
Right. We're saying he's doing well. He's not a shutdown corner.
His defensive line right now has been butt cheeks, and for him to do what he's doing, I'm liking it.
I mean, but he's doing what he's doing with safety help, and it does change the way that you do things with the safety help. Though,
like they say, Richard Sherman wasn't good at cornerback because they would just put him on one side of the football. Well, when he was in his prime, he was pretty damn good.
But he didn't have safety help neither. He beat the shit out of you at the line of scrimmage.
I don't care, man. He's playing good. That's the only thing that matters.
He is playing well. I like what Okuda's doing right now. I can't say
he's the only one on this damn defense doing anything.
I can't because I can't discount what you said. I can't discount what he's doing at the line of scrimmage. So that's why I'm giving him this credit because he is putting a hurting on some people, man. The way he just flipped Jefferson at the line of scrimmage the other day, I was like, ooh.
The rest is like if I'm gonna pick apart this defense, there's 10 other players.
A whole bunch of guys.
This defense is bad.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about him. Yeah, let's let the one guy shine.
Yeah,
I'll feel you on that one.
And the last comment regarding this whole topic is from Rod Detroit. DK Metcalf is a bully. He be punking these DBs.
Okay, I feel you. All right, so let's get into the next question because we have, it's time for us to talk about some more good stuff. How should Ben Johnson attack the Seattle defense? I'll let you go first there, Queen. Why should Ben Johnson attack the Seattle defense?
Why or how?
How?
By doing what he's been doing. I mean, you gotta make sure that your wide receivers are catching them balls. You gotta stick to the run game. Stop putting it Goff in situations where he's got to throw that deep pass because he sucks at it, and just do the thing. Don't go for touchdowns. Don't settle for field goals. So those whole 9 yards. And that's it.
Okay, the guy I want to see on the field on Sunday with this Ben Johnson attack is Matt Nelson. What does that mean? That means we are running the hell out of the ball. Right down their freaking throats. We're going at offset, the heavy set line. They have the 31st ranked run defense. We should be stuffing the ball down their freaking throats all freaking game long. That's just me. That's how I'm attacking. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it, and I'm gonna run it again. And I'm gonna run that thing one more time until they try to stop it. And then you can do play action over the top, and then you can get to some more exotic stuff. But with the 31st ranked defense, you run the ball down their freaking throat all freaking game long. What you got, Mike?
This is easy one here, and I swear if they don't do it, I'm gonna lose it on game day. They are the 31st ranked run defense. We are the 3rd ranked run offense. Massive mismatch at home. Run the effing football and stick to it. My God, don't think too hard on this one. Just run it, and run it some more. Your defense sucks. It keeps your defense on the sideline. You're beating the hell out of the team. And in the fourth quarter, it's Swiss cheese. Run the football. Swift ain't playing. Who cares? Jamal Williams, Craig Reynolds, Justin Jackson. Run the effing football. This should not be 50-50. This should be 75-25. Run the football.
Yeah, definitely. What you got, Luke G?
I can't believe I'm finna say this, but the Russian attack should not be the focal point of this game. It should not. The reason I say that is because of the fact that Swift is not playing. And when I watch the other running backs work, I mean, it's cool, but they didn't do enough damage to take chunks off and get us towards the end zone like we would need it. So that's going to leave a lot of time on the clock. In my opinion, they have to work the hell out of the middle of the field in the sideline. So this should be a big game for TJ Hawkinson and whoever the other slot receiver they want to throw in there. If Amon Rod don't play, they need to work it because they need to start to score quick and fast So that way they can turn that team into a one-dimensional team. And then if you decide to run the ball down their throat, feel free to do it then. But they have to get up quick and fast on this team. Otherwise, they will get going on their rushing attack. And our defense against the run ain't pretty neither. So you to me, running the ball, in most cases, I'm team run the ball all day, right? It's our history, it's our bank. But in this particular game, I don't think that they should be so solely focused on running the ball as much as they should be worrying about getting up as fast as they can in the score and as much as they can to work it. They're not going to have Adams out there, right? It's going to be Quandre Diggs and then whoever, right? And then so you got to find a way to take advantage of that. Plus, you're gonna need those short guys because they do got Boye Mafe over there, and he is getting to these quarterbacks. He's getting over there, touching them and grabbing them and stuff. And so that creates another problem in and of itself. But to me, this is not the game to play the run with because I don't think you have the running backs that can really take those chunk plays and change it up like how Swift can.
I think that for me, I think Justin Jackson can attack the edges. I think he can bounce it outside. He has the speed to do that. My problem with him is you got to hold on to the damn ball because he was coughing that thing up like he had freaking pneumonia in the preseason. you got to hold on to the ball. All right, what you got, Maniac Tim? How should Ben Johnson attack the Seahawks defense?
I gotta go with run the ball down their damn throats, but run it wisely. Don't go ahead and do a pitch back. If you got 1st and 1, run up the middle, or 4th and 1 is what I mean. You got to run that damn ball, and you got to run it wisely. You can't make stupid calls because if you do, that's what kills you.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah, run the ball effectively, but run it wisely. I think you're gonna have to mix it up. I think one of the things, and I get what you're saying, Luke G, is that I think that what we can do is we can run a different play out of a different set, you know what I'm saying? Or different set, you can have the same set, but then run a different play. How it looks like you're gonna give them some eye candy, show them a certain look, but then run the play, run a different play where you think they're gonna get one thing, but they're getting something else. Because we're good at eye candy, but what I'm saying that's how we racked up the second most touchdowns in the NFL this season. We have 12 touchdowns. The only team that has more touchdowns is Baltimore, and 12 of their touchdowns belong to Lamar Jackson. And one other person scored a touchdown. He got 13. We got 12 touchdowns. And my thing is that's why I think this is a must-win game because you have this prolific scoring offense. And if we go 1-3, it means absolutely freaking nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
one stat that matters, man.
Wins and losses. Doesn't matter. Yeah, W is an L. So we're putting up all this yardage and third-ranked rushing offense, and one of the top scoring offenses in the league. But if you're not getting wins, man, you're it doesn't matter at all.
Right.
But So I think everyone. Did you answer this, Val? I think you answered it, right?
I answered it.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody answered this, but I think we should. When you run the ball, you can open up your play action, and you're going to get that Quintez Cephas in the slot. I believe he's going to be the starting slot with Amon-Ra St. Brown being out. You're going to mix in some of the little guy in as well with Khalif Raymond with the speed. So, we're going to see that on Sunday. What we got in the chat, Val?
Okay, give me 1 second because I'm trying to handle something real quick. Right? So One of the main concerns there are 2 main concerns that I'm seeing in the chat, and one has to do with for this week's game is one has to do with Hawkinson. Hawk is overdue for a breakout game, and some are concerned about the way Hawk is going to play. Panel, what do you guys think with Hawkinson's performance for this Sunday?
He's got to step up, too. Yeah. Just like Amon-Ra is not going to be playing. DeAndre Swift is not going to be playing. He should step up in this game, damn it. I mean, that's why we drafted you with the 8th pick in the draft. Utilize this mismatch. He is a mismatch. He's a top 10 tight end. Utilize him, Ben Johnson, because right now the scheme is not really focused at all with him. So just like Luke was saying earlier, for this game, they need to scheme him in this game. They need to get some passes in the middle with TJ Hawkinson and red zone. Yeah,
so play action, some good looks over the middle. Like I said, and he has a position where you're gonna have to kind of integrate him into the game. He can't just like have a breakout game and just do great because he's by himself. I mean, he has to be targeted by Ben Johnson and Jared Goff. I mean,
I think it's a misconception that like, oh, he's just not playing. Like has he had moments where he's had drops short, right? But the reality is and I'm happy Mike said he's not schemed into this offense like that. He's not. That's the difference. When you look at the Kelce's and them, they're schemed into it, and that's where it's a difference at.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
But of course, with Unrod being out now, I think they will scheme him in more.
They got to do it this game.
Yeah, they got. I mean, and
you don't have him on Raw.
Yeah, when you drop the ball, that first couple games, part of it, he took himself partly out of the scheme by him dropping the ball.
Yeah, he had a good.
Last game was good. Last game he had a couple catches. He ended up going, making it into the end zone. But he needs to be Mr. Reliable and step up himself too. We got to scheme him in, but he needs to prove that he's worth it. I mean, the knock on him, we've been knocking Akuda all the time. Now it's time for him to step up too. Be that that 8 overall pick. Be second to Gronk. If you ever want to be the man, you gotta step up.
Okay. You know my biggest knock on TJ Hawkinson is?
Man. Okay, no.
You know my biggest knock on TJ Hawkinson has been thus far since he's been here at the 8th overall pick. One of the reasons he was brought here wasn't because he was just a receiving tight end. It was because he was the total package. He was a blocker, he was a receiving tight end, and then some. And the blocking ain't been there for me. Yeah. I've been praying and looking for it, praying that I stumble upon him doing some really solid blocks, and it's been few far in between on the blocking. That's the biggest knock on him that I see he's not doing that made him an 8th overall pick was being the total package. The receiving part is there, but the blocking has not been there like it's supposed to.
His biggest knock for me is his hair.
I mean, it is a terrible look, but we're not gonna judge that. I mean, Mike, I ain't want to say nothing, but that's the third guy you don't say something about their hair. I'm wondering what's going on here. You gave the guy with the pink hair bad rap.
Hey, dog,
look, if women can have
he
all
looks like a
kinds
fit
of colored hair,
running down the middle, man.
Look, if women can have all kinds of color hair, guys can too. I'm all kinds.
I'm just saying, but listen, Mike got the low cut right now, and I mean, I feel like he's set tripping on the hair people right now. I just feel like he, just a little bit. I don't know.
Look, Curt, you gotta have that Army haircut for guys, man.
Nah,
there we go.
My hair is a lot longer than yours, brother.
Tight.
If you need some hair, I got plenty for you.
I
got some hair in my butt crack.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this.
Okay, we got one more concern with that one is and Goff not having his safety blanket. Jim referred to it. Goff not having his safety blanket. I'm on Raw. How that gets addressed?
Yeah, his actually Whoopi. His Whoopi will be playing. His Whoopi's gonna be back. He's back in practice. His Whoopi is.
Amon is playing then.
No,
Monroe's not.
The Whoopi is Josh Reynolds.
Oh, Reynolds.
Right, correct.
And Quintez Cephas.
Yeah,
correct.
Key here. He was doing really good last year before he got injured. So watch for him to be implemented.
Yeah, he still got safety blankets. He got Reynolds. He's got Cephas. He's got TJ Hawkinson. He's gonna have. What's the other damn dude? The little short, fast guy, Khalif Raymond. He's got safety blankets. That's not an issue for me.
What's that little damn short dude? I can't
think of his name.
All you know is he's a football running on the field. Every time I watch him, all I see is a football and a little bit of leg.
What's that Ryan Digits guy's name? Oh wait.
All right. So, okay, gotta go to defense side of the ball. What strategy should Aaron Glenn use against this Seattle Seahawks offense? What you got, Luke G?
Jesus.
Don't be a smart ass Mike.
I'm just man.
He can't help it.
Because you know what? The reality is this. You look at that game that they just had, they blitzed 57% of the time and still didn't get home. I have no clue what the answer needs to be. Maybe more sleep for them or something. I mean, prayer. I don't know. If it were me, I would start to mix in some of the defense from last year to where I can get people like Charles Harris standing back up, rushing. I can get people like Aiden standing up to rush. Because right now, I got to be honest, I don't know how they stop the run when your two inside guys are not even on the field at the same time. You will have a Lee McNeil out there, and then it'd be like bugs. And it's like, man, no, we need two guys that can chug up the middle. One of them is doing it, but it's just not consistent. In all honesty, the defense pray and hold on because the offense is going to have to score 35 points.
Okay. I feel you. Hey, it is what it is. Sometimes your best defense is a good offense. So, hey, I feel what you're saying. All right, what you got, Maniac Tim? I'm coming to you last, Mike.
Well, yeah, I mean, Luke said it great with as far as prayer because they need a lot of. Aaron Glenn said that he was going to have the best defense that Detroit ever had. Mm-hmm. Where the hell is it? Come on, bring it out. Let's see
Maniac.
it. I mean, come on. Make your players play. I mean, you know what they can do. You were instrumental in bringing these jerks and keeping them. You got the best players that you thought, during the cuts, you could have cut different players, but you kept these ones. Make them perform. Performance is what they're lacking.
Okay. The Maniac. Ladies and gentlemen, Maniac Tim. All right, Queen, what you got on this defense?
Okay. Is there any chance in hell we can sign some linebackers and safeties before Sunday? No. Okay.
No.
Maybe Aaron Glenn. I know. Maybe Aaron Glenn needs to consult with that owl and that's on those commercials about getting eyeglass exams. I don't know. Jesus Christ. What is going on with that defense? I don't have no clue what Aaron Glenn is thinking, doing, smoking. I have no idea how he's going to fix this mess because he doesn't have the talent or the resources to fix it.
Okay.
Again, back to Brad Holmes, and he himself admitted that the players and the coaches are not executing. That's just the facts.
Okay. I feel you. For me, I think what can Aaron Glenn do different in this game? I think you are on the right track, Luke G. Kind of mixing some of the things that we had a bad defense last year, but we got to be able to get home to the quarterback, man. If it's mixing up the blitzes, do some different things to kind of get the guys, out there on the edges. You can get, mix in some things with Jimmy Lowe and Quara. You got the linebackers. You can mix in blitzes with what's my man name? The Rodrigo, the muscle hamster, 2.0 Rodrigo. You got to do something to get some pressure on Geno Smith because Geno Smith can throw you the ball. He can throw our defense the ball. If you pressure his ass, he's not a great quarterback. You can get him to toss you the ball if you keep enough pressure on him. You're gonna have to be disciplined in the scheme as far as the run game is concerned. Bring that safety down. I think that one of our best safety blitzes been this year has been the safety blitz off the edge. Those have been our most effective blitzes to get to the quarterback. I think our secondary has more blitzes than the defensive line damn near. So you bring the guys off the edge, man. You got to do something different because whatever we're doing right now, we already know it's not working. So for 30 seconds, man. Go ahead, Micro Mike, and say your bullshit.
Your bullshit. Say your bullshit.
All right. I heard what everybody's saying about what they're doing, and I'm going opposite of Luke here. Complete opposite. He says prayers. I'm doing black magic. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, you doing that?
You think you gonna put a spell on him?
I'm getting those dolls.
That's exactly why I said what I said.
Every single one. DK, poke.
He put like a voodoo down and everything.
Oh, man.
He's going on psycho Norman Bates on this shit.
See, that's exactly why I said what the hell I was. Okay,
Black Magic. Here it is, man. You gotta get pressure on the quarterback. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We blitzed 50% of the time, 57 last week. We got 1 sack. You may have to go 100% of the time.
Sack, blitz every down.
Oh, we got to do something. Hit the quarterback somehow. There we
Dude,
go.
that's crazy. 57% of the time you blitz and got 1 sack.
Only
That's
1 sack.
terrible.
Does that defense need to go all medieval and be out there with shields and stuff to work with?
But listen, I saw that stat and said 57% of the time, and you tell me we only got 7 quarterback hits on 57% of the time of blitzing. Like, I don't know if people know what a blitz is, but good grief, you telling me you.
And the Vikings' offensive line is absolutely hot garbage. Yeah, definitely. Hey, man. Let me send a shout out to everyone for all our Pride Nation families. If you're gonna watch us on a replay or anything like that, if you're watching right now, if you were affected by Hurricane Ian, God bless everyone that's affected by Hurricane Ian. You know, God bless Florida and all the Fort Myers, and you see all that destruction. I'm kind of on the outskirts of it right here in North Carolina. We're getting some rain and some wind, but it's not nowhere near what they're getting or got down there. So, but shouts out to everyone affected. I know we have some people that lived in that path of that storm. I know Lady Lionel Deuce Bagia, RachelMarieSports, she lives down there in Florida, and some other people. So, and Chris from the Detroit Lions podcast, he lives down there as well. So, just shout out to everyone, man. Our prayers are with you and everything like that. We got to the last question we have for the show, man. Before we get ready to close it out, who wins and what's the score, man? We got to do our score predictions for the game. Maniac Tim, what you got, man? Because I let him go first, because the rest of us key off of you, Maniac Tim. What you got? Who wins and what's the score?
78-12 Lions.
Good grief! Did they come play?
I need to go up because it didn't work last week, so I need to go up. I was going to say 100, but. So I'm
taking
a little bit,
Oh man, don't bet on that, guys.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking the points with that shit ever. I'm not taking those points ever. Queen, what you got? Who wins and what's the score? God dang.
Oh, y'all just a hot ass mess. Okay. 28-21 Lions.
28-21 Lions. All right. What you got, Luke G?
27-20 Lions.
27-20 Lions. All right. Mike, what you got?
34-27 Detroit Lions.
37-24. Okay. I had my score was yesterday. It was 34-14. I'm staying with that. 34-14 Lions. That's what I got.
Boy, you expecting a lot out of that game.
Yep, I am.
I love it. Love high expectations.
34-14 Lions. That's what I'm going with. All right. Let's kind of get. Do we got some game? We got some game predictions in the chat yet, Val?
We got one. George Eagle says Lions 27, Seattle 14.
Okay.
And his player of the game is Charles Harris.
Okay. Hey, I like that. I like that player of the game. I like Charles Harris.
Q says I just came back from Universal Studios Sunday, 28-14 Lions.
Okay. Yeah, I like Universal Studios. I like Universal.
At least you want me.
Okay, dumb question. None football related, but I don't know because I've been told that Universal has stepped this game up so much that it's actually better to go there than Disneyland. Is this true?
Actually, for me,
it's been that way for a long time.
I prefer
Last
Universal.
Time I went there is
Universal is a lot better than Disney.
I prefer the only thing that I will go to Disney for, because I'm a nerd. I will go to Disney first to go to the Star Wars stuff and then go to the Universal.
I called it Universal Bustos when I went to Universal Studios. Because it was an absolute bust. Like half the rides weren't working. I was pissed.
Yeah, it
got my money back.
I went a few years ago, and I liked it better than I like because I have a son with autism and he does better with the rides at Universal than he does at the rides.
Yeah, Universal. Yeah, but Universal can be a crapshoot sometimes because, like Mike said, like the time that I went there, we were on the news because some of the rides weren't working. Yeah. But they still have a lot more better attractions, really, than
get yourself some what's that? The butter bear over there in the Wizarding World over there, Harry Potter, man. That thing.
Yeah, I'm asking for a friend who may or may not be me. Okay, so yeah.
Man,
is his name a Juke C?
Yeah. Those little kids, they love that Harry Potter stuff, man. It was 100 degrees, and they thought they were them damn them wizard robes with the wands and everything. I'm like, I don't know how you're not having a heat stroke with the damn wizard robes over out here. But now it's time for final thoughts for today's show, man. We thank you guys for joining us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Yeah, home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Shout out to our fellas, man. LL Cool Torrance, Coach Mike Jones, man. Good luck, Coach Jones. I know you're coaching tonight, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you guys get the W and everyone is healthy. Hey, go ahead. If you are a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, go ahead and check out my man, Coach Jones. He got the link in the description for his Wolverine gear, man. He'll hook you up, man. It's some great gear. Check it out, wolverlion.com. You can check out my man, Lion Man. He supports the American Cancer Society in Michigan with his roll-up gear. I'll link it in the description as well. And, you know what I'm saying, check out some of my writing over there at GridIronHeroics.com, man. You know, I write over there. And if you want to check out some of those good articles on LNU, man, check out my man, Michael Mike. He does his thing over there in the news section, man, over there in Lions Nation Unite. So, Maniac Tim, man, you up first this week, man. Final thoughts for today's show.
Okay. Well, everybody on the Detroit Lions team need to play like a bunch of maniac and just release the beast. Go ahead and rip apart those Seattle Seahawks and get me that damn score, because I know it's going to be hard to get, but I want those 78 points.
Okay, 78 points. Okay. Yeah. There
Play
you
like
go.
the maniac.
Play like a maniac. All right, Val, what you got? Final thoughts for today's show.
Well, let's see. Since I hope that the Lions win this game, and I hope that Dan Campbell keeps his. They need to tie him up and handcuff him and take away his headset and his clipboard on those critical plays. Okay, that's been a problem. So let's just end that. And so go Lions against the Hawks. Although Jim would probably be happy because the Seahawks are his secondary team. I don't know. He's up in the air in this one. But
no wonder him and Luke G got along so well.
Hey, what can I say? We talked about it quite often, and people often we always say like be like, I get a lot of slack for like a NFC team. I'm like, man, we like what we like. Ain't no excuses. We like what we like. It ain't we ain't got to make up no reasons for it. But yeah.
Well, the reason why Jim's was the Seahawks was a secondary team is because that's where he was born. He was born in Bremerton, Washington.
Yep.
So that's why. But he grew up a Lions fan. So therefore, that's why that is. Yeah. But as far as the Lions Slayer, we don't know if there's going to be a show Sunday night or not at this point, because I have not heard from Lionel yet. This is that we're waiting. Just hopefully she's okay, that she's safe. So we're all praying for her. But just be on the watch out for it. We may or may not have the show, but if we don't be worried. We will still be back, and we'll continue to do it the following week. We'll figure things out. But with the situation being as it is, we hope that everybody's safe, and y'all be safe this weekend. Don't be doing nothing stupid. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and I would. Yeah. Okay.
All right. What you got, my man, Micro Mike?
Dan Campbell, please don't be no chump. Do black magic.
There we go. He was out of New Orleans.
Oh my goodness, man. I'm not messing with Micro Mike today, man. Hey, thank you guys for checking us out right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Like I said, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Have a good weekend. Spend some time with your loved ones, man. And we got a full, man, it's so much football on this weekend. It is ridiculous, man. You got a full slate of football starting tonight with college. It started last night. You got some football tonight and the football all tomorrow, and then starting at 9:00 in the morning on Sunday, we got football all damn day. Football for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and for your evening snack. So, man, but the game of the day for Lions fans is go ahead and for the Lions to go ahead and beat up on them sea chickens, like my man Brian says over there. So just Be with your loved ones, man, and have a great weekend. And we'll see you guys on Monday with the recap of the Lions' victory. I'm claiming Victory Monday already. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Victory Monday. We will be here right here on the show, man. So we'll be here regardless. But Victory Monday, I'm calling it right now. All right, my man, brother, Bishop, Reverend, Deacon, Dr. Love. Let us all congregate in the church of Luke G. What you got, my man?
Hey, thank everybody for coming through, showing love and support. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave a comment. And if you ain't done anything else, make sure you join the family, man. Listen, today's positive quote comes from me. Control what you can control. Yeah, I'm going to say it one more time. Control what you can control. I know some of y'all get tired, but legends are made through exhaustion. Those who are tired continue to push through. It's a reason why they're remembered. You just haven't discovered that extra gear that you need to push through. Control what you can control. When people come and talk about you, you can't control that, but you can control you by getting away from them. When people tell you you can't, you can control the fact that you can. Control what you can control. When they tell you that you have been broken and that this is too much for you to handle, remind them that you was the storm at some point in time and you've always came out on top. Don't get caught up in all the things that you thought that you could not do. Get caught up in the things that you can. Those are the things that you can control. Your finances ain't right, change some things around to get them better. You don't like the car you driving, do some things different to get a better car. You're tired of the girl you talking to or the guy you talking to and they don't appreciate you. Well, guess what? There is at least 2,200 million to one you. You got options. Control what you can control. Don't get caught up in all the things that just want to tell you what you can't do. Tell them what you did. Tell them what you gonna do. And when you finally break through the exhaustion, at that very moment where you can feel like you don't have nothing left, and you can hear the whispers in the back of your head and all on the side of you, the people talking, saying what you can and can't do, you stand tall, look at them and say, watch me walk into my legend, and control their quietness as you walk past each one of them in their all. People, this is a good time, a good place to be. This is a good moment to enjoy life. This is a good second to take in the appreciations of all the things you have. Put forth all the things you didn't have and tell yourself, look where I came from and where I'm at. Whatever I was is what I'm not. And what I'm going to be, you have yet to see. So stay tuned. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. And if you don't do nothing else, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
Thank you so much for joining us right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl. The church doors are open. Go forth and be happy. All right, man. Thank you for joining us right here on the show, man. I like having some fun with Luke G, but thank you for that inspirational thought, man. And today closes out Mental Health Awareness Month, man. September was Mental Health Awareness Month. So please don't get some help if you need it, man. Don't just rely on September being the month for mental health awareness, man. If you need some help, go get it, man. Those professionals are trained to do so. If you feel like hurting yourself, man, please, or someone else, please get some help, man. Thank you very much for joining us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You know what you got to do for your boy Curt Steele. Whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.